Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a positive spin challenge. I challenge my friend the Horror Man, or Joe, to stay awake during the stay awake. Okay, let me break it down. I had gotten this from Cheesy Flicks, and I watched it, and I really didn't think it was as bad as everyone said. It is very hard to find a decent review for this film. This film gets a 2.6 on IMDb. So I'll let you know what you're dealing with right there. This is an Australian film, and it is a supernatural slasher. So I challenged my friend Joe, who historically did not care too much for this film, to stay awake during the stay awake. And that's what we did, and we watched it. And while we're at it, we're going to give it a positive spin. How about that? Okay, like I said, I basically have no history with the stay awake. I had always wanted to see it, so I got the DVD, and the DVD was made by Cheesy Flicks. And there is a bit of a discrepancy in this film. Um, now, I don't need to tell you this. It doesn't really much matter because I, for the life of me, cannot figure out what they cut. It's not gore. It's not nudity because there is none. I just don't know. Maybe it's some of the dialogue. I don't know. But there's like a 2 to 3 minute difference between the videotape and the Cheesy Flicks DVD version. So let's put a positive spin and try to stay awake during the stay awake. The first thing I love the title card. I love stuff that just comes down and lands. Friday the 13th was always good for giving you different kind of title cards, and this one does that pretty well, I think. I like when he is walking to the gas chamber. For me, it's hysterical because they show what he did. That's not the hysterical part. The part that is hysterical is that he's walking on a red carpet like he's going to some kind of a fashion show. And I think that that's just priceless. And it looks so sterile. So, yeah. The gas chamber is a pretty cool scene. Now, from there, it takes a turn to the St. Mary's School for Girls. And the school is freaking awesome. I love the set. I think the set is great. The school is beautiful. Um, yeah, that's pretty cool. For the rest of the hour, you get basically the killer stalking them supernaturally. And you do get certain homages to the Evil Dead, um, movies like that. And I think that that's pretty cool. Granted, not a lot happens, but it's still kind of creepy. One thing I wanted to address is that this DVD, if you guys have any of the Cheesy Flicks DVDs, generally speaking, they're not very good. Um, their company is pretty piss poor, but this is very dark. And it's not the way the movie is supposed to be. It's just the way they put it out. It's very dark, and it's kind of hard to see some things. So keep that in mind if you do plan on. I think it was $12 on Amazon. So just keep that in mind. Um, I like the sex comedy aspect. Even though there's no nudity, you get some guys who are trying to kind of put the make on girls when they're doing this stay away, because that's what the whole movie's about. They're trying to raise money by doing this stay awake. There's only 8 or 9, 10 girls, and they're staying awake all night to raise money. Um, I think the giant rat is a clever idea. I'm not going to tell you how it comes in, but there is a giant rat in this film, and while it is a typical rubber suit rat, I think it is very clever that they put this in the film. Not everybody's going to feel that way. Everybody has their own opinion. I get that, but I like it. I think it's pretty fun. And overall, the Ratman costume is pretty cheesy, but it's also pretty cool as well. All in all, while I didn't like it as much as I did the first time I watched it, I still like this movie quite a bit. I think it's a fun slasher, and for the sake of seeing the film a little bit better, I actually wouldn't mind getting the VHS someday, unless a better copy is made available. Like I said, Cheesy Flicks, it's a rough company. I've gotten some of their other stuff, like the Isla movies, Queen of the SS or something like that, and all those types of films. I have on Cheesy Flicks, and they're very hard to watch because of the quality. So, so check out the Stay Awake if you get a chance. I know it's on Tubi because I did see if it was my copy or Joe's copy. It turns out it's my copy, which is not the best, but they did lighten it up a little bit. Maybe that's just the site. I don't know. But check it out or don't. But don't forget to check out Joe's Positive Spin for the Stay Awake. And just a reason for the whole thing. We both did stay awake during it. So, yeah, there's that. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.